Charlotte Flair is not a fan of John Cena name dropping her dad. Well,
Yeah.
too bad. You
No, I
thought,
didn't
yeah,
I
you
don't
thought.
like this. I don't like this. So, we know that John Cena is going for 17, and in that is obviously surpassing Ric Flair's 16-time WWE or world champion, because we got to talk about, obviously when we're talking about 16, we're talking about every championship he's won, not just in WWE, which I still feel like should eliminate him. But anyway, Cena has name dropped him a couple times in his promos about going for 17. So Charlotte did an interview with The Independent, and she talked about that and how she didn't like it. And she says, "You can't erase history. History is facts. And if you erase my dad, you erase me. It's not possible to erase the last name Flair. I plan on breaking my dad's record. That's something I want to do, and I will do. But if John is the first to break it, then I will break John's record." And I'm like, this is like the worst possible thing that I could ever hear in my, like, this is like my worst nightmare. Like, I told you that this is what was going to happen. That's why I feel like it's not I
Mm-hmm.
don't think they should let Charlotte do that, because we're talking about 25 or almost years for Cena to get to a point where he could potentially pass Ric Flair. And we assume during his retirement tour that he will hit 17. And then you're telling me not long after that, after making it such a big deal for so long that Cena was one away from beating Ric Flair's record and then finally getting it. And then not long after that, we're going to be like, oh, Charlotte just did it too. Like, doesn't that take away any of the substantial meaning of Cena doing it if you then have another person do it shortly thereafter? Like, I don't think that's a good idea. Like, if they want to do that eventually, maybe in like a year or two, but like, can we at least give Cena some breathing room to like be the lone guy at 17? Not to mention, Charlotte, why should you be somebody that passes Cena? You're saying you should have 18 title reigns? That also shouldn't include NXT, if we're being honest. His
Oh,
Cena's
but
doesn't
she is,
include,
right?
yeah, it does include NXT from what I remember. But regardless, it also shouldn't matter that you've also had a couple of those titles for like 3 minutes. How is that a championship reign?
Her and Sasha Banks played hot potato
Mm-hmm.
with the championship for at
Yeah,
least 6 months.
I know. And
And
so that's
that's not
why
a long period of
I
time.
just I think it's just doing a disservice to like what they're trying to build and like how meaningful they're trying to make John Cena winning 17, if with Flair or Charlotte not that far behind him, and then to eventually potentially have her pass Cena or even tie Cena. I just don't like it. And it's not even because it's Charlotte. It could be anybody, any other woman. It could be Becky Lynch, it could be Bayley, it could be anybody. I wouldn't dig it, because I feel like if you're trying to make John Cena the GOAT, and it's like he's the undisputed GOAT and no one has ever done this before. He's now surpassing Ric Flair, and then like not too long afterwards you're then having his daughter do the same thing. Like, how significant is it really? Like, why were we buying into this if like somebody else
Mhm.
was right there? Like that, I don't know. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I do understand what you're saying. I
Okay.
disagree with the final boss that Tiffany needs to win.
You
That's
disagree?
where. No, I
Okay.
agree with him, which inevitably agreeing with you that we just need to
Also,
have Tiffany win.
yes. Charlotte just like, I don't know. Oh, Kevin said Charlotte versus Sarah is more interesting than Charlotte versus Tiffany.
We can
You don't
make that
even,
happen. Sarah, you're in universe mode now.
yeah,
I can have you feud with her,
because
which
you guys don't understand. I could go off about Charlotte.
I don't have
Okay.
enough time for that.
You don't
But
even
anyway.
know. But yeah, I and this is one of the problems that I have with Charlotte, and I think I mentioned it last week when we were talking about um the segment with her and Tiffany, is she is not in a position or in a headspace where she is okay with putting talent over. And comments like that just shows it even more. Like, she's not willing to like take a back seat to other people right now. She has no intention of doing that. She's still wanting to like add more championships to her resume, which I get it. You're not going to just want to be like stagnant and be content with that. But at the same time, you need to remember you're not the main character anymore. You're just
Mhm.
not. There are other girls there that are trying to get to a position to be even half of what you have been in WWE. And it's not fair to you be actively trying to make sure that that doesn't happen because you're putting yourself first. At the end of the day, you're still Charlotte Flair. Like, it's okay for you
Mhm.
to help other people get over too. You've had plenty of moments to retire tomorrow and you would be a Hall of Famer. You should allow other girls to have the opportunity to do that as well.